I often think of what my perfect farm would look like. Picture this. It's a beautiful cane crops, lush, green, healthy, multiple crops, mixed crops in our fallows, every headland slashed, weeds under control, profitable, amazing water quality leaving my farm, and the soil's improving every year. I'm not there yet, but I'm on my way, thanks to Project Catalyst. Project Catalyst takes away the isolation that farming can sometimes feel like and connect with the people you can relate to. I take my hat off to each and every one of you and say, keep farming, because we are food producers that the world relies on. My first Project Catalyst forum was in Mackay, probably 12 years ago, and I think there might have been about 40 growers. So it was definitely grown over the years. I thought it would be great to go down and listen to other growers' trial results, and somehow ended up on stage presenting my trial on variable rate fertilising, thanks to Michael Waring. I must have sucker written on my face, I don't know.
Trials play an integral role in practice change and adoption. Project Catalyst growers are exploring varieties of soybean in air.
What we did, we got in touch with the plant breeders and we got our hands on 3 experimental varieties that were meant to be a direct replacement for A6785. So we've got them in the trial here now, and then our 3 standards around here. So we've got Coriander, Hayman and New Bunya. So the Coriander really has a distinctive leaf shape. It's that really pointy triangular shaped leaf. So that really stands out in all these varieties, trials, of these plots. Yeah, that's the traditional, the rounder leaf of all these other varieties. So yeah, but the Coriander really is a game changer. Like the yield potential compared to old varieties, it's amazing really.
So what are we talking tonnage wise?
Oh, in the irrigated system around here, we're aiming for 5 tonne to the hectare plus. So for the Coriander, and then the Hayman probably 4.5 tonne to the hectare. There's been a big push towards the 18-month fallow, so growing these higher yielding grain crops in the fallow period, there's not only the agronomic benefits for the sugarcane, but also economically there's serious gross margins to be made. So most people only grow one variety, and it's based, if they change varieties, it's generally based on planting date. We tend to go early with the Coriander and the Hayman. They're a longer variety, and as the season gets away from us due to weather or whatever reason, then we have to look for these shorter varieties, and that's what this trial's all about. We've got the 3 experimentals, which are a shorter season variety. So what we have noticed, the different soil conditions at planting have affected the establishment, but basically they're all managed the same and treated the same. We're managing flowering dates and biomass. We're taking biomass samples, and obviously we'll take it through to yield as well.
Travelling from the wet tropics to attend the forum and field day, Gino is here to see what he can adopt from grower trials into his own practices.
We're trying to look at now starting to go commercial. We want to actually grow the soyas to actually make money. At the moment we're just doing them as a cover crop. Now we want to go to the next step. So we've sort of learned how to grow them. Now let's take them the rest of the way. We're only stuck with a Leichhardt variety, which is just a biomass, whereas now we know what to seed, and then we've also found out with the help of a Mackay Serena grower that was helping us with advice that he's been doing it. Hayman's pay a premium because of the food grade side of it. So do we grow what we do? So that'll be our next trial around. Go for it.
Supporting grower trials with quantified science is key to sharing knowledge.
So we're going to go and visit Dennis Posibon's mixed fallow block. So he came to us to try and put in go a bit further with his mixes and things like that. So we're really just trying to determine what the best way to do these things, and with the outcome that is most beneficial for the grower and for the soil as well. So trying to really remove the ambiguity of soil health, so we can get some numbers out there and actually get some results. Brian Langan, so he's had some issues with nematodes and grubs and things like that. So he's implemented some sun hemp and ebony cowpea, and so he is looking to try and increase that soil health so we can reduce his nematode numbers. So, and the crop's looking really good out there, so it's the first time we've seen sun hemp and ebony together.
The Australian Institute of Marine Science proved a popular choice for growers and industry delegates. According to Dr. Llewellyn, they were interested to learn about water quality monitoring and the impacts to marine biodiversity.
Great range of people in terms of both farmers who've been doing farming for 50 years and those who are new to the industry as well. So a great range of ages and a great range of farming experience and from all over North Queensland. So they want to understand the science that leads to how their farming is perceived, understand what our monitoring of the Great Barrier Reef is telling us, which is then used to inform the community and used to inform management decisions, and that then leads to decisions that does impact upon their day-to-day farming, and they can understand better how they can do things, but also understand the reason behind those decisions.
I think conversations and stories are great. The more interaction we can have, the more people from the cities that can come out and actually talk to growers and see what's happening. And I hope through the projects that we're doing, we can tell those stories and really share those changes, share what people are doing out in the field. And it's the guys out on the land that really have the ability and the potential to make these positive changes, and the ones that do care about the land and ultimately what's happening in the Great Barrier Reef.
12 years on, Project Catalyst continues to attract interest from new farmers.
Our operation pumps anywhere up to 1,000 litres a second into our irrigation system, so we can possibly be an easy target for runoff, nutrient runoff or whatever, which we're not, I might add, because we've done a lot of work on that. But I was really interested to see what work AIMS does and where their data goes, how they use their data. And I'm quite comfortable that, from what I've seen, that their data is I suppose, used for good.
I was delighted to be asked to speak to a new audience for me. Generally I'm talking to fishermen and scientists, but farmers are a really important part of our community. They're doing some really innovative things. So first of all, I came to learn what they're doing, and secondly I came to share my story, and particularly about leadership and the reef. I've really enjoyed the conference, not only the formal presentations, but the conversations that I've had with people. We change the world one person at a time. I think I can help farmers communicate some of the really good work they're doing.